Here I am, getting ready to buy my last 2 rose bushes for my garden at this cute little nursery in Gig Harbor that's one of my favorites, called Raft Island Roses. So we're gonna go in and try to pick a rose or 2 from all their beautiful supplies and see if I can make a decision. So Raft Island Roses is a beautiful nursery, very Pacific Northwest. If you ever have a chance, I suggest you come out here and check it out. They have so many plants, but what they're really known for are their roses, and you'll see in a minute how many rose bushes they have. It's truly amazing. Okay, there's so many to choose from. I don't even know how I'm gonna decide. I know that I already have 2 David Austin roses, so I'm gonna look more for some hybrid tea roses. And since they're not quite blooming yet, I'm gonna have to look at all the tags and see what colors I want. My David Austins are a pink and a peachy color. At the moment, I don't remember exactly which varieties they are. So I'm gonna look for something that's gonna complement those. This Chihuly one is really pretty and named after the local glass artist, Dale Chihuly, which could be a fun Pacific Northwest add to my garden. That's definitely on my list. This is a spectacular color. It's so pretty. Let's see, what's this one called? This is the Rainbow Sorbet. That's definitely a contender. And then look at this. This is so pretty. Look at this rose. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. I might need to own this one for sure. Look at all the colors in there. I'm also really drawn to this one. This one's really pretty. It's called Distant Dreams, and there's something about all the colors in there that I think are going to be just gorgeous when it blooms. Okay, so I'm back from Raft Island Roses where I got my 2 new rose bushes. I've brought them into the garden, and my 2 choices were the Distant Dreams and the Chihuly that I liked at the very beginning. And when I picked them, I was looking at how full they were, how nice of a cane that they have, very strong cane with lots of growth off of them. Out of all the choices of each variety, I tried to pick the best. They will be going in the empty pots here that I already have the drip system in, next to the David Austins, and the Chihuly will be placed next to my Lady of Shallot Dave Austin. It's kind of a little bit peachy, not as bright of a vibrant orange. I think it'll be a pretty transition. And then I'm going to put the Distant Dreams next to the Queen of Sweden. I think that will be a pretty contrast as well. These 2 David Austin I bought earlier in the year, also at Raft Island Roses. I bought them early February when they were still fairly dormant, and I kept them in my greenhouse till late April. I planted them about 2 weeks ago, and they're just doing amazing out here in the garden so far, and I'm really excited to see the blooms as they come in on the roses. They're very pretty full blooms. This one's a really pretty pink. This one has its first buds showing color. It's going to be fun to watch these guys grow. I will be planting these tomorrow. I don't have time to plant them today, but I wanted to get them out here where they need to be. As you can see, I've got a little extra weeding to do around here. The weather got really nice and warm, and we've had that perfect mix of rain and warmth, and all the weeds and local thimbleberries and ferns and salal are definitely taking over this corner of my garden. But the rest of the garden is doing well. I've got 2 pots here that will be for some tomatillos. I'm holding off on my tomato starts and my tomatillo starts because we're supposed to be a little chilly at night. And I'm not quite sure if I'm going to put them in this weekend and just risk it because I have multiple starts. So if something happens to them, I can plant them again, or I might wait until next week when it's going to be warming up. It's a mix between the fact that we're going to have natural rain and water source for a few days, because the plants will get nice and watered, but it is supposed to be in the mid 40s at night, so I'm just not quite sure. This bed has my carrots and my spaghetti squash. I started those from seeds. It still needs to have the cucumbers placed in it, and I'm going to place some dill in there as well. Probably a few more flowers. I've got onions and marigolds and petunias in here. This one has flowers and the onions and the marigolds again. And then I've got 3 zucchini plants. I know, I probably should have only planted 2 given the space, but I had a lot of zucchini starts, and so I opted for 3 just for the heck of it. In front, on this trellis, is going to grow my beans. So those will be just regular green beans. And then I'm also going to have some beets growing in here. And there's also going to be some cantaloupe growing on this particular side of the trellis. The starts are still in the greenhouse because it's a little chilly. My grapevines are doing really well. Planted those this year for fun. And this bed still, I'm not quite sure what I'm going to put in the front small bed. The back bed will be eggplants and probably some basil and some more flowers. I got some more weeding to do in here. For some reason these weeds took off. There's still nothing in here yet. Probably some more eggplants and peppers. And then I've got my peas, which I can probably remove the netting now because I think I'm past the point that they're going to get nibbled on as little tiny starts. And I have beets in here as well. My potato garden. This weekend I'll be mounding up some more dirt around the different varieties of potatoes. I have some Yukons and some purple ones, and just some regular golden potatoes. This bed's going to be a few more herbs and pepper plants. All these barrels will be my tomato plants. They've got some volunteer mushrooms that are growing and some weeds, so these will be taken care of this weekend with the weeding. This flower garden, I'll probably remove the netting. I've got cosmos and sunflowers and zinnias and nasturtiums, and hollyhocks are the big ones in here. I think I'm pretty safe. Most of the seedlings in here are probably protected from the birds now. The birds really, really like to eat the early sunflowers, and they just nip them right off. This is my blueberry that, poor thing, has just been moved around a million times and never had a home. Usually the bunnies eat it, but with the fence now, the bunnies haven't eaten it yet. Again, some weird mushrooms I have to do. But overall, the garden's coming along. We just built it this year. We expanded. We probably tripled the size of it. Took over more of the yard, fenced it off to put the garden in. And I'm excited to see how it turns out this year. It's a learning year.